I decided to do something different with my loaf this week, and I sprouted my einkorn berries. So after some research, some video watching on YouTube, I decided I can do this. Other people have done it. So I took the einkorn berries that I needed to both feed my starter to get my leaven going, as well as the berries that I would need for my loaf. So I took those and I put them in a half-gallon mason jar and filled it with some filtered water. Now I'm just stirring it to make sure that the water has penetrated all the way to the bottom. And I read that you want to give the einkorn berries, I think, like a couple inches extra, like, of water above where they are, because they are going to hydrate and they're going to absorb that water. So next I am taking some cheesecloth and I'm just going to put that on top of my mason jar, and I'm going to just use the lid to, like, the ring to cover it, so that air, can escape, and everything else. So just going to tighten that there and put this off to an area for 24 hours. So this is what it looked like when we first did it. This was when I was going to go to bed that night. And this is the following morning. So as you can see, the berries absorbed all the water. So after 24 hours, you want to drain the berries, and I put them in a stainless steel colander so that I can just put them all the way up, and you want to soak them twice a day, so every 12 hours. So as you can see, we have little tails there. So after the berries sprouted, I placed them into my toaster, which also does, like, dehydration function. So that was kind of awesome. So after I did that, I milled the berries, and now I am feeding my starter so that I can prepare my loaf when it's ready. So I converted my regular flour starter some months ago, and it took about 3 days to convert it from the 100 hydration to a stiff starter with einkorn. And the reason why I decided that I wanted to convert it is because I wanted to make loaves that were just strictly einkorn. And the reason why I decided to go with a stiff starter is because it helps manage the ancient grains' weak gluten and higher hydration absorption, so it produces a stronger and less sticky dough. So here I'm just using all of my tools to mix the starter the best I can. I prefer the silicone scraper over there that I use, but with this starter it's a little bit difficult to stir it, so I do use this teak wooden one. I will post links for all of the products that I use in the description box if anyone is interested. So now my starter is ready. It's been about 8 hours since I mixed it. So I'm going to use, I believe it was about 240 grams or so of active starter. And to that, I'm going to mix 300 grams of warm water and some olive oil, about 20 grams. Oh, almost forgot. I put some honey in there. About 25 grams of honey. I really wanted my kids to like it, and they complained the last time I made einkorn, they said it was a little dense, and I just told them, guys, that's the way that einkorn is. But you get this delicious, nutty, sweet flavor that you don't get with regular flour. So I wanted to add some honey to both give the yeast some extra food in there, as well as some added sweetness to the bread. So now I'm going to add 500 grams of freshly milled einkorn flour. That was also sprouted. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't lose any in the milling process. So I am weighing everything out just to make sure that my measurements are correct. And it's spot on. 10 grams of salt, can't forget that. And now I'm just mixing everything together using my favorite whisk. If you guys are wondering, I did return that wooden whisk. It was just awful. I don't recommend it. I love this whisk so much. It is so sturdy, and I can use the metal to scrape off any dry bits off the bowl, and it's dishwasher safe, which is awesome. So now I'm just using my bowl scraper to mix everything, and now this is our first set of stretch and folds. And again, you don't have to do many with einkorn, and you shouldn't pull either. You got to be really delicate with this dough. So now I'm just scraping everything off the sides there. And we're going to let it bulk ferment. And there it is. So now we're going to remove it from the bowl. Yes, I am wearing gloves. I don't know about you guys, but the cold weather, washing the hands a million times to make sure I have warm water, warm, wet hands to deal with my dough. My knuckles have been getting really dry. So I'm just using some gloves here to help me out. So I am just going to shape our dough, and I'm going to place it into my oval banneton that I have dusted with some rice flour. So now I'm just going to dust the top a little bit with some rice flour, although it doesn't look like it's going to stick. And I'm just going to cover it with my cover, and then also put it in my plastic bowl liners. And the reason why I do this is so that it doesn't create that hard skin on the surface of the dough as it's cold proofing in the fridge. So this is after 12 hours of cold proofing, and I'm just going to dust the top very lightly with some rice flour, and I'm just going to go super simple, score down the middle. And into a preheated Dutch oven at 450 for 30 minutes. And then remove the lid for an additional 15 minutes at 425. And this is the end result. And I almost forgot to take a video of the crumb shot, but I know you guys love seeing it, so here it is. Like and subscribe for more videos.